Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Monday, October 5th, and this morning I am joined by Matt Schoolfield at schools_01 and Boomy at Boomy TCF. I am Zach Lilia at ZLilia TCF on Twitter. On the show today, we'll be talking about the awful, ugly game that was the Chicago Bears and the Indianapolis Colts. We will be going over the Sunday that was Week 4 in the NFL. White Sox and Cubs quickly eliminated from the playoffs. We had a lot of hopes for that. We'll get into the MLB. What the matchups are. I think they start today, so that will be fun. The Heat and the Lakers. The Heat get it. It's going to be a close series. They win a game. We'll see how that goes. Jimmy Butler, unbelievable performance last night. And then we have Boomy's Wacky web story. But like you said, you can follow the main page at typical_Chicago for if you want to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just type in typical Chicago fans. Follow us on there. Go over to the YouTube page, subscribe to Typical Chicago Fans YouTube page, please. We put all of our morning shows, all of our podcasts, all of our food reviews, all of our interviews, our local legend interviews. So make sure you go check us out on there. And wherever you get your podcast from, if it's Apple, please subscribe, rate, review, unsubscribe, resubscribe, give us a 5-star rating. If it's anywhere else, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. Shout out to 26shirts.com, Chicago, and use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans at checkout. Boomy's got this shirt on tonight, so if you want a shirt like that, go over to 26shirts.com, Chicago, and use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans at checkout. Again, that is 26shirts.com, Chicago, and at checkout, use the promo code Typical Chicago Fans. You will get 15% off of your purchase. Boys, how was your weekend?
Had a great time, man. Played some golf yesterday with you, and just enjoyed the Sunday. So it was a very good weekend.
Good golf outing. Not the greatest of days, but we drank enough for that not to matter. But overall, it was a fun golf outing. Maddie, how was your weekend?
It was good. It was good. Did bunch of stuff around the house yesterday, and so I could watch football all day today. So that was wasn't really like that good of a college slate yesterday. So it was worked out well. Crap weather again this weekend again. So it's like the thick of fall and like the downside of fall is really kind of showing its face a little earlier than I'd like.
It's gonna get a little warmer this week though. So
we'll take it. We'll take it. I'm not ready to give up like the 65 yet. I don't want
to
stay
we went from like 80
to
45 overnight. It feels like
dipping into the 30s and like with the rain and stuff like that. Forget that, dude.
There is a frost advisory from last night, I guess.
New homeowner Zach, get your flowers covered if you got any there.
I will go do that right. I should have done it last night. Darn it! I wish I would have done that last night. But boys, we got to get into this. Boomy, shut up. Matt, we got to talk about this. The Bears lose ugly to the Colts. We already knew it was an ugly start to a 3-0 start. They were probably the worst. They were easily the worst 3-0 team left in the NFL. They may be. I don't know. That was awful. Awful performance. I know the Colts have a good defense, but we were so hyped up.
I want to say one thing about that is the Colts defense. That is legit.
I know what you mean by that, and I agree with what you said. With what you're saying, with what you're saying. But they hyped up all week long. They go, man, we finally got this quarterback. He can throw back shoulder.
All these new things we can do.
Yeah, all these new things we can do.
Didn't
show it. There were some awful passes today from Nick Foles.
How bad was Charles Leno today?
Bad, but I mean, there were some passes that was just like, what are you throwing that to? Like even you could tell he was frustrated, and they just got nothing. They couldn't get the running game going, and then they were from behind.
Timing looked off. They got down early, and when you're chasing points and you're not You're not picking up first downs. It's frustrating for an offense. And then you look at the way the defense played. They didn't give up some of the points. And, it was 19 points. End of the day, not a lot of points. It's, for an NFL game. But it did feel like they just couldn't get off the field at certain times, too. Like it's 3rd and long, and, they're giving up first
Yeah,
downs.
they made Phillip Rivers
Drives are getting
look like
extended. And I don't mean to put it on the defense, because the
good.
defense is the only thing that kept them in the game today. But, it's a couple penalties here and there. It seems like Eddie Jackson picked up a bad penalty, which I think was a questionable call in the first place. But,
Yeah.
It's one of those things
today
where it's like they're going to need the defense to make a lot of plays, probably score once or twice here in the next couple weeks.
How do you score 3 points?
And really, yeah, you're right.
How do you score 3 points? It's so embarrassing.
It didn't look like there was a whole lot of receivers that were getting a lot of separation today either. So
I think the guy who got the most targets was Mooney.
Right, and that's not ideal because.
I mean, he's a good wide receiver, a good pick. I think in the second round, maybe.
Yeah, he'll be fine in a couple of years.
We gotta get the ball to Allen Robinson a little more.
Yeah, Allen Robinson, Anthony Miller, and Anthony Miller's got to
catch the ball.
A frustrating player at times. That's exactly it. It's like, dude, there's always.
He's a good wide receiver. Don't get me wrong, but we gotta catch the ball.
He's got a lot of talent, but it's like it's one or two plays a game. He just makes you just pound your head against the wall. Very, very frustrating. But we're 3-1, so you are what your record says you are. You played. You can only play who your schedule is. Quick turnaround, good team. Let's try to catch a sleeping giant. Kind of maybe looking ahead at a week, thinking that they're going to just walk through the Bears.
Yeah, and it's not like. We signed Tyler Bray.
It's not like the Chargers are not a dynamite team, so it's not act like Tampa Bay just beat a Super Bowl contender here.
Yeah, but
and was down 3/4 of the game,
Right.
But quick turnaround here. Tom Brady coming to town this week. Going to be at Soldier Field Thursday night. So that will
Don't believe the Bears
exciting.
have ever beat Tom Brady.
No,
I don't think so.
They almost beat him last time when the Patriots were there, but that was the year they went to the playoffs. I think that was right.
It was.
Yeah. But let's move on. Week 4 in the NFL. It was a crazy Sunday. It was kind of weird because the Bears were supposed to play at noon. They got pushed back to the 3 o'clock game. So the noon games got a little more interesting because, like I said, you get to watch them a little more when the Bears aren't center stage there. So, Boomy, can you give us some scores?
Yeah, like you said, man, crazy day. I think all of the noon games hit their over, and then I don't know if a single one is hit one
Dallas?
cent.
Did Dallas, Cleveland almost hit that in the first half?
Yeah, that was nuts.
Dallas
my God.
Sucks, dude.
Yes,
Dallas is
they
bad.
do.
Their defense is atrocious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jarvis Landry just throwing touchdowns on them.
Yeah.
That was
How about that play
dime,
by Beckham?
too.
Oh, my God.
It was a hell of a throw.
Yeah, I was really glad I had OBJ sitting on the bench today.
Yeah.
But,
Guys,
yeah, like you said,
he wants to play.
like you said, Cleveland takes down Dallas 49-38. Another high-scoring game. New Orleans pulls off Detroit in Detroit 35-29.
Detroit 14-0 start. 14-0 start.
And they looked like they were playing with authority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They looked good. I'm like, whoa. And then, boom, I think that the Saints scored 28, maybe 35 straight points.
Doesn't change my opinion on Drew Brees. I think that guy's done.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Hard to disagree there. The Cardinals lose another one at Carolina,
What's up with them?
31-21.
I thought first week they looked like a good team.
They're an inexperienced team, and it's kind of showing.
And Teddy Bridgewater is a good quarterback, I think.
Traveling across country, playing the noon slot, the West Coast to East Coast. It seems like it trips up a lot of teams too.
And like you
I
said,
don't know.
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater looked like an athlete on that touchdown. Like, I mean, he's never been much of a scrambler, but he was flying there. I thought. Like,
I wouldn't say he's a
did not think he
great
had that in
quarterback, but he's a good enough quarterback to win you games.
Definitely.
I would take him over
Oh,
the Bears'
yes,
two options.
yes.
And if I remember correctly, the Bears had that as an option, but I'm
Yep.
not
Yep.
there.
We and Nick Foles.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals get their first win of the year. They beat Jacksonville 33-25. Joey Burrow finally got NFL win number 1.
Two not
He's
very
a
good
top
teams.
15 quarterback at this point now. Already,
What?
Joe Burrow. He's a top 15 quarterback at this point, isn't he?
He's wait.
Look how much better that team is.
But is
Yeah.
Jacksonville also not good either?
I mean, they beat Indy.
I know. Well, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, that's a hard one to read. I don't think either of those teams are very good.
But I think Joe Burrow
Yeah.
will be a good quarterback. I think that he has proven
All I'm
he could
all
get.
I'm saying is, look how much better that team is this year already than they were last year.
Well, yeah.
if they can build some offensive line and get him a couple of weapons.
Yeah, the
He's
offensive line
got-
just cannot get him hurt this year.
Yeah,
he's
they've got his feet.
getting beat senseless. You're right.
But he's taking the hits, and he's also getting up and throwing some. I mean, he's playing good. So that's all you can look at it for a first year.
Yeah.
But like you said, he's also more experienced a little bit more than some of these quarterbacks. He's been in college for what, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Maybe
Definitely
that-
has.
I mean,
wow.
he's been playing with and against a lot of pros for the last 2 or 3 years anyway. Too.
Yeah, for sure. The Vikings pick up a win as they get their first of the year, 31-23 over the Texans, who are trash. Matt, you brought up a good point. Does Deshaun Watson?
He's not been that good.
No.
He's not been that good.
Take him out of the Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson conversation.
Yeah,
you know what I
it's
mean?
not.
Like, I'll get mad about
that-
I'll get mad about the Patrick Mahomes, but like I still would rather probably have
In the
Deshaun
same
Watson.
breath, I mean, they lose today, but he still had 300 yards.
I know, but
They were down big the whole game though. They were in throw mode all day.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
I'm just saying I don't think he's not in like the same category as Patrick Mahomes.
It's not
I
even
hate when
close.
they throw that
It's
at,
not even
at the
close.
Bears.
And granted, they got rid of his best weapon this year too. Let's not forget that. When
Unbelievable
they
that they got rid of him.
Traded
Unbelievable. How do you?
DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson?
Yeah.
Definitely. The Seahawks pick up another win in Miami, 31-23. Seahawks off to a 4-0 start.
Can I ask, how was that a first down?
down?
Did anyone see that? It clearly looked like the ball was not over the first down marker, and they gave him a first down.
I did not see.
I
first
agree.
Seahawks.
Russell Wilson, though, really, really good, and that train just keeps on chugging. That he's played the way he's played this season. And
He's so good.
man, he's
Confirmed
unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah. After further review, he's still very, very solid as a quarterback in the NFL.
We have to go into the tent, look at the video.
Yeah.
Confirmed. The Bears' opponent this coming week, the Buccaneers pick up a 38-31 come-from-behind win over the LA Chargers. The Tampa Bay is hard to get a read on. They're 3-1, but I still don't think they're that good.
Talent galore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're like a Madden
they'll
13,
still be-
like, superstar team, too.
they will still be favored in Chicago.
Yeah, they're going to be like that sneaky, like somehow they're 11-5 or 12-4. So like I don't know. They don't do it for me yet, but I feel like if they put all those pieces together, they're going to be pretty successful. But
I do like
that's
Bruce
all.
Arians, too. I mean, I don't know if he's the
That does help.
right coach for Tom Brady, but I think he's a good coach in general.
I do too. The Ravens pick up a 31-17 win over the Washington football team. Nice little bounce back win,
The
but I expect
NFC
the
East,
Ravens to play a
boys.
little bit more. Oh,
Brutal.
The
This is
Washington
awful.
football team is in first place with a 1-3 record.
the Eagles can move into first place with a win tonight, but they're currently losing.
They're driving.
14-11.
They're driving though. They're inside the 40.
And they just picked
Afternoon
up the
games
first down.
were a lot more quiet. The Rams pick up a 17-9 win. What is this? 1962, 17-9 win at
1911
over
Bears
the Giants.
game, 17-9 there. It was
Yeah.
a snooze fest of the afternoon games, for sure.
Yeah, 1911 was your Bears, so 30 points there.
Yeah.
And then the Buffalo Bills pick up another win as they go get and beat the Raiders
Good team.
30-23. I think that might have been
win for them.
the over this afternoon.
I think
No,
that is
it's a big
very,
win
very good
in
win
Las
for the
Vegas.
Bills. It's tough when you go across the country, get a statement win on the road. That team is very, very good. Josh Allen, wow. He's got the arm. He's a good athlete. Now he's got a target with Diggs that can, just make plays after play after play. He's got a couple good backs. Singletary's a really, really good player. Got to get that guy in some space, and he can make a lot of plays. It's going to be a fun team.
And then tonight we have the Packers hosting the Falcons. Packers are 7-point favorite, and also because of different COVID procedures, the Chiefs will be hosting the Patriots tonight at 6:05 as an
not
11.
have Cam Newton as their quarterback.
Nope. Jared Stidham, I believe, will be starting for the Patriots.
I thought
Cam
they
Newton,
said Hoyer, no? Or did they switch it to Stidham? I thought they were saying Brian
I think it's Hoyer.
Oh, is it?
Either way, I don't know. I don't know
That
why
was
you
the
wouldn't
big
go with
shock,
Stidham,
was
but
like
maybe.
How Stidham preseason before they got Newton was all the hype, and then now all of a sudden they're going to start Hoyer over him. That was what I heard, but I could be wrong.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything right here, but
Interesting. But working through all the COVID stuff, which is good.
Yeah.
Which is
Looks
good.
like Cam Newton was worth about 3 or 4 points according to Vegas.
That's crazy.
In that game too. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's a lot of
Especially
points
with that
player,
system,
quarterback or not.
they should be able to put him in there with an offense that would work. But I guess we'll see.
I mean, usually when a quarterback goes out, no matter who it is, it's no more than a couple points at most. Just because it's 2 points is a lot of points in the NFL. Really, when you get down to what a player impacts personally, but you see that big of a swing, that's a statement. He's been very good.
Yep. But boys, let's get into it. The Cubs and White Sox eliminated from the playoffs very quickly in this 3-game wild card series. Both White Sox and Cubs eliminated. I don't know if you can really be too. I mean, you could be mad or whatever. The White Sox, maybe some of the decisions they made in that last game, but you got a good future going forward. The Cubs, I don't know what the hell is going to happen. And I've heard stories about Theo wanting to leave here, get out of his 1-year contract that he has left. I don't know who is going to be on this team next year. I don't know what it's going to look like next year. Unbelievable what this has become since 2016. The stats between Bryant, Rizzo, and Baez in the playoffs makes me want to puke. Unbelievable. And I love the guys. They've been great for this team, for this organization. But I don't know what's going to happen this offseason. I don't know who's going to be left on this team that played the last out in that game that they just played against the Marlins. So I don't know.
I'll be honest, this is one of those where you got to look at it and you got to say there's literally no one on this roster who's untouchable because, like you said, Zach, since 2016, the postseason production hasn't been there. And, with the free agency looming for a bunch of these guys, like if someone wants to make a move and you feel like it's good, I don't think there's – obviously you don't, but there's no that I wouldn't view as untouchable, quote unquote, because the production just hasn't been there. And at some point, you're going to have to make moves, to start building things up again. And no one's really proven that they truly, are untouchable. So maybe some others are going to roll.
The Cubs are at a crossing point, and I think ultimately the other thing you got to look at too is the organization as a whole. Last few years, they've been notoriously stingy on what they're going to spend in the off season. We're coming off COVID without where they just played a season, shortened season of only 60 games, so a lot less TV revenue. They had no fans, so they lost 162 games of gate revenue in tickets. I can't imagine that with income being down as much as it is. The hotel, I'm sure, was down because no one was down there. And the surrounding events that they have investments in, they weren't making the money that they normally make. So let's just look at it from a business perspective, too. And where this team just hasn't been spending money, they're not going to spend money, I can't imagine, coming off of a season like this.
In that same way, everyone wanted them to spend money. Imagine if they spent money on a Javi Baez contract or a Chris Bryant contract or something like that.
No, I'm not saying.
No, I know what you mean. I'm just going another way with it. But you know what I mean?
I'm just reading the tea leaves. Of what I think is going to happen.
And what I'm saying is, like,
I think
how mad would people be right now if we gave Chris Bryant some, like, 8-year, $400 million contract, and then he did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Javi Baez or something.
8 years, $240 million, where he's getting $30 a year, Bryce Harper type money. And
Javi Baez gets a big contract, and then was statistically like the worst hitter in the league this year.
And frankly,
love
they
the guys,
could really overhaul.
Wow,
they could overhaul the organization from a prospect standpoint, basically within about 4 moves, because you could really trade. You could trade Hendricks, and you get an absolute. Just a boatload of prospects for a guy like Hendricks. I'm not saying I hope it happens, but a guy like that in this day and age is worth a boatload to a team because he's a cost-controlled arm. He's still got 2 or 3 more years of control. You know exactly what you're going to get from a Kyle Hendricks, night in and night out. I think that they would get a ton for him. They'd get a ton for, Chris Bryant, even still with only 1 year left. I think they'd still get a major haul for Baez. They get a major haul for, Contreras. Don't think you get a ton for Rizzo strictly because I think first base is such a watered down position at this point where you can really you can get production from first base in a lot of ways. Not necessarily what Anthony Rizzo does from an offense, defense, clubhouse, all of it, the whole total package. But just from a day in, day out perspective, you can get production from a first baseman in a lot of places. So I don't know. I think there's some guys that are worth a lot of value that they gotta look into. Is it worth tapping into their value now and build it for the future? I think it might be.
Yeah. So we'll kind of have to stay updated here in the next few weeks of what's going on with the Cubs. I don't know what will go on with the White Sox. You're probably just making moves for the future.
Manager.
Yeah, probably a new manager, but. Other than
new manager, and it wouldn't surprise you if they found a way to try to sign James McCann. That'd be the big move I'd like to see them see if they can make. That guy's
exciting. Other than the Cubs and White Sox are going to have 2 very different off seasons, and unfortunately for us Cubs fans, it's sad. It's very sad.
The Eagles are going to win outright. The Eagles are up 25-10 now. Yep. All of a sudden, they just scored a touchdown and then a pick 6 off Mullins. Back-to-back touchdowns.
Gotta love it. But going right into it, we got the MLB playoffs. The division rounds are starting today. Boomy, what we got?
Yeah, so this afternoon we got the Houston Astros traveling to Oakland. Yep, so hopefully Oakland can take care of business.
If you're watching this playoffs, cheer against the Astros. The way that Carlos Correa came out and was like, man, we show that we deserve to be here. Now? Come on, man. You played the Twins.
You were under 500.
Like the Twins.
And you were under 500 this season. Shut up.
Twins are they wouldn't even be in the playoffs if it wasn't for the expanded playoffs of this weird season, or maybe they're going to do it going forward. I don't know. But, come on. Get out of here.
They just have a team meeting every day and be like, how can we get everyone to re-hate us again today?
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not the reason they're probably playing a little better is because they're not afraid of getting hit all the time because you can't do that in the playoffs.
Yeah, for real. Also in the American League in the other series, we have the Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. Man, I hope the Rays, the A's
awesome
and
the Rays or A's
Oakland. Yeah, I'm all in favor of those. Let the Astros leave, let the Yankees leave. And then on Tuesday, the National League will start up as well. We have the Braves and the Marlins and the Padres Dodgers. So two teams from the East, two teams from the West in both leagues. No NL Central team or AL Central team is remaining.
Yeah, that was the only bright spot about Friday night was the Cardinals lost. That was fun.
Yes, that was
The
beautiful. And
Padres
watching
will be fun
Padres
to
and
watch.
balls everywhere.
That's my team to watch here in the playoffs.
The four I want to see, the last four, I want to see the Braves and the Padres, and then the A's and the Rays. That would be my ideal Final 4.
Mm-hmm. But the Padres will have a little trouble here because I think the starting pitching it'll be a little tougher. I don't think Clevenger will be playing at all in the
No, I think
playoffs.
he's
I don't
out for the
think
playoffs.
so. But the MLB playoffs division round starting up. Maddie, who do you want to see in the last few rounds?
I'm pretty much with you guys. I'd like to see Tampa and Oakland win the American League. I'd definitely like to see San Diego come out of the NL. The Braves and Marlins. I mean, the Marlins are. I don't have a lot of hatred for that team. They just came in
No,
and absolutely wiped the floor with the Cubs.
Hey, the
The
farther
Cubs
they
didn't
go, the
really
better they
put up
look
much of a
make
fight.
the Cubs look.
You know what? It's a young team. They're playing with absolutely nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason they can't. Play with Atlanta. They faced them
we've
all
done it all
season.
year.
They know them. They know it all inside and out. That is going to be a problem, I think, with some of the Marlins' young pitchers. Is once the first time around, it's obviously tougher to face some of these young guys with just electric stuff that just don't know necessarily how to command it. Second and third times you face them, usually gets a little bit easier, and you might see them getting lit up a little bit. So that's where I think the Braves might have a little bit of an advantage. But the Braves also, coming out Max Fried, Ian Anderson, just to counter what the Marlins are going to throw out there too. So, going to be good pitching matchups. Braves, we know their offense is just explosive as hell.
Yeah, so it'll be fun. Wish the Cubs were there. Wish the White Sox were there. We'd have some more Chicago content with it, but unfortunately, both teams eliminated. And we'll just kind of see where both teams go this off season. Ooh, a little squeak there, boys. It's been a long weekend. I was drinking a lot.
Get the man a Gatorade or something here.
Yeah, drinking water out of my bad news cup, so I'll take a sip so that doesn't happen again. But we got the Heat, the Lakers, finals, NBA finals. Boys, do you guys think that this game could spark something maybe? Because the Heat without Bam, without Goran Dragic, I want it to be a series. I was kind of disappointed tonight when I thought that the Lakers were going to win this game and come back and make it a 3-0 series. I want it to be a fun series.
Yeah, I think that it obviously anyone that's watching the NBA wants it to be competitive, and Miami did show. I mean, Jimmy Butler had 40 tonight. But they're definitely capable of it. But bad night only has 15 points. The rest of the Lakers starting lineup, LeBron had 25, Dwight Howard had 4, Caldwell Pope had 5, and Danny Green had 2 points. That's their starting lineup. So yeah, that's if they can get production out of those guys, they're obviously in a much better spot. But they had to rely on Markieff Morris and Kyle Kuzma having 19 apiece off the bench. If it's going to be like that, and they're going to shut down the other 4 in that starting lineup, like Miami's going to have a shot. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think so. And they're not getting any new players, so I think.
Well, Jimmy Butler goes out and gets a triple-double and 40 points like he did.
Well, and also I think Bam could also be back in game 4, and so that would be huge for defense. Get Dragic back. I just think that it could be a series, and maybe the Lakers bench that I've always thought was a little iffy throughout the year. They need more production from their stars if they're gonna.
Yeah,
so we'll have to see how that goes. At least it's gonna be a fun series to end the NBA playoffs. But Boomy, do you have a wacky web story to end this Monday show?
Of course I do. NASA obviously always in the news. People, especially with Space Force getting, installed or whatever you want to call it this year. But NASA has kind of joined the new ages. They are building a new toilet that's more suitable for female astronauts because we have a lot more female astronauts in the NASA space program than we used to, and the toilets that they use just are not very well suited for women. So they are testing out a brand new female-friendly toilet, and I would love for you guys to guess the price tag that NASA is working at for this new toilet.
$4,000.
Matt?
346,000.
$23 million.
Oh my God.
Yep, $23 million titanium toilet that they plan on launching.
Self-processing or something? What the hell is the deal?
It's almost 100-pound titanium toilet.
Is it a bidet?
It says it is half as big. Is it what?
Is it a bidet at least?
I would hope so, but I don't think they do like water toilets. I think it's all just like suction. I don't know. That's way past my intelligence level, but they said it's.
No.
That was a layup.
Yeah, you're right. I set that one up.
That was sincere.
What?
That was sincere.
You're a bad liar. The new toilet is roughly half as big as the two Russian-built ones, and it's more of a camper size to fit into NASA's Orion capsules that will carry astronauts to the moon in a few years. So it's not even something that they're going to be able to get off of the ground for a while. But, if you got $23 million laying around and you need a new space-age toilet, NASA's got the right product for you.
Oh, my gosh. If you're spending your money on that.
The amount of money that just gets pissed away.
Oh, yeah. Literally.
Oh, man. We'll end on that, man. Boomy having himself a show today.
That was the post show right there.
That's the post show. You guys,
Boomy's comedy routine.
Yeah, you guys got anything else?
I was just laughing at it.
Anything else, boys, for post show?
Go Falcons. Hopefully, maybe they can hold on to a game. Monday night. Hopefully.
Yeah. I was all in, and I was going to say this in the group message, but like when I saw the Bears were in the orange uniforms, I couldn't have placed that money line bet. So those might be one of the best alternates in the NFL.
If you look at historically,
no,
they're
not good in the oranges, are they?
They're not good in the orange jerseys.
You guys like
I like them. I do like them.
Like with the stripes on the shoulders. You guys like those?
The what?
I like the traditional throwback to navies with just a solid orange block, like the letters, like the block numbers. That one's an awesome
I don't mind the jerseys themselves, but I just know what comes with it, and it's never good.
Yeah, it's always.
Have the Bears ever worn like an orange jersey, orange pant combination, or is that just on Madden? That'd be sweet.
I think not, but
do not believe so.
I'll be honest. The Packers throwback.
They went all navy one time on Monday night. I think they went navy shirt or navy jersey, navy pants one night.
I like that. That's a good look.
Maybe
the Packers throwback are the. I know it's my team, but those are the worst throwback jerseys in all of sports.
The ones with like almost like the blue with the gold top or whatever.
Those are horrible. I hate those.
They never bad too.
Yeah, the brown helmets.
Mm-hmm.
Those are atrocious. Never wear those again. Burn those.
Yeah, don't wear them. But boys, thank you for joining me tonight. Matt Schoolfield at Schools_01 and Boomy at Boomy TCF. Wait, what were you just talking about? What jerseys?
The Packers throwbacks.
Oh, yeah. Yucky.
Terrible.
I am Zach Lilia at ZLilia TCF. The main page is at @typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook. Follow us at Typical Chicago Fans. Instagram. I just said that. YouTube. Typical Chicago fan. Subscribe to the YouTube page. It's been a long Sunday of watching the Bears and just being sad and just being hungover. So my brain is mush right now. This early in the morning, my brain it's never functioning right. Wherever you get your podcast from, if it's Apple, please subscribe, rate, and review. Wherever else you get your podcast from, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will find us on there. And then shout out to 26shirts.com Chicago. Go over there. Type in Typical Chicago Fans at checkout, and you will get 15% off of your purchase. Boomy has the shirt on right now. So make sure you go over there. If you want a shirt like that, go over there at checkout. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. You will get 15% off of your purchase at 26shirts.com Chicago. This has been the TCF Morning Show. Monday, October 5th. We love you all.
Peace.
Yep.